You talk to your parents almost every day. But if someone asked you one simple question, do they actually understand you? You wouldn't know what to say. Because how do you explain feeling distant from people who would do anything for you? In most families, no one is trying to hurt anyone. And yet, something keeps going wrong. Think about your last real conversation with your parents, where you tried to explain something that actually mattered to you, and before you could even fully express it, they responded. They gave advice. They suggested what you should do, and suddenly it didn't feel like a conversation anymore. It felt like you were being managed. So you stopped going deeper, you simplified what you were saying, or you changed the topic completely, and they probably walked away thinking, I tried to help, while you walked away thinking, they don't get me. That gap right there, that's where distance begins. When most parents hear a problem, their instinct is immediate. Protect, guide, fix. That's how they've been wired. But when you open up, especially as you grow older, you're not always asking for a solution. You're asking for something much quieter, understanding, recognition. Because your brain doesn't just process words, it processes tone, energy. That's why people often say, I know they mean well, but I still feel bad after talking to them. And that feeling is not random. It's your system reacting to not being emotionally met. And when that keeps happening, you adapt. You share less. You explain things in a safer, more controlled way. So instead of saying, I feel lost in life, you say, I'm just a bit tired. Instead of saying, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, you say, work is stressful. And over time, something subtle forms between you. A relationship that works, but doesn't feel close. You talk regularly. You stay connected, you check in, but you don't go deep. Because deep doesn't feel safe enough. You know what's happening in each other's lives, but not what it feels like to be living them. And realization hits harder than expected, because it forces you to see that love alone is not enough. Love can create care. It can create responsibility. It can create sacrifice. But emotional closeness, that requires something else. It requires understanding. And most families were never taught how to do that. Here's the shift that changes everything. Connection doesn't improve when you talk more. It improves when you change how you talk. The first change is simple but powerful. If someone opens up, the goal is not to solve, it's to understand. That alone changes the entire tone of a conversation. Sometimes the most effective response is not advice, it's clarity. So this has been weighing on you more than you've been showing. Or simply, that makes sense. Those words don't fix the problem, but they fix something more important, the feeling of being alone in it. The second shift is timing. Most meaningful conversations happen at the worst possible moments. During arguments, during stress, during frustration. And then we expect people to be calm, open, and emotionally available. That rarely works. People open up when they feel safe. And safety is influenced by timing. A quiet moment, a relaxed environment, a conversation that isn't forced. That's where honesty shows up more naturally. The third shift is curiosity. Instead of assuming what the other person means, just ask. Instead of, why are you acting like this? Try, what's been bothering you lately? Instead of, you're overreacting. Try, what part of this is affecting you the most? And the final shift is something most people underestimate. You don't need big emotional conversations to rebuild connection. You need small, honest ones. I didn't feel good after that conversation. I know you were trying to help, but it felt like I wasn't being understood. I don't know how to explain this fully yet, but something's been bothering me. That's enough. If you're listening to this as the child, there's one hard truth to accept. Your parents may not always be able to meet you at the level you want. And that doesn't always mean they don't care. Sometimes it means they were never taught how. And if you're listening to this as a parent, there's something important to realize too. Your child doesn't always need your solutions first. Sometimes they need your presence. They need to feel like they can stay open without being corrected immediately. Because connection is rarely lost in one big event. It's lost in small moments where someone decides, this is not a place I can be fully honest. And it's rebuilt in small moments where they feel, maybe this time, I was actually heard. That's how relationships change, not suddenly, but gradually, through better understanding. So if your relationship with your parents has ever felt confusing, if it feels like there's love, but also distance, it may just mean you're speaking different emotional languages. And once you see that, you stop asking, "Oh, why don't they understand me?" and start asking, "How can we understand each other better?" And that question is where everything begins to change.